WWE Backlash is upon us this weekend in Lyons, France. Is it Lions or Lion? I think I'm saying Lions solely because I am a Detroit Lions fan. Regardless, Backlash is this weekend, which is crazy to think that Backlash Puerto Rico was already a year ago. A year ago, I just started streaming, really. My video of me reacting to Carlito's return blew up, and it has led me to here. We have had a crazy ride in the last year, so I'm kind of excited to look back and see what this Backlash has to bring. I know nothing about France. I know literally nothing, so I don't know if we're having any kind of special guests. I don't even know if there are any French wrestlers currently in the WWE, besides the ones from Quebec that are French-Canadian that can speak French. Regardless, we're dropping a predictions video. Okay, let's go. We're going to start off with the women's WWE title. We have new champion Bayley defending her title in a triple threat match against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. I don't anticipate that Bayley is going to lose her title this soon. Maybe that's a personal bias because I want Bayley to continue to have a strong run. I feel like she deserves it. I feel like she deserves to build that title on her a little bit longer. I know a lot of people wanted Tiffany to have this title opportunity as soon as she did. I know a lot of people would love to see Tiffany win the title. I think Tiffany is more in a position to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, but at the same time, so is Naomi. Tiffany Stratton is uberly talented. She is going to go very far in the WWE, but I don't think it is her time. They definitely are utilizing her in the right way, showing how strong that she is, but I think Bayley is still going to come out on top of this. Next up, we have Damage Control. Asuka and Kairi Sane defending their tag team titles against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Do they have a tag team name? I'm not even sure that they have a tag team name. This one is very much a toss-up for me. I have been guessing that Damage Control was going to be showing more cracks within them and that they were eventually going to fall apart. They have stayed together longer after WrestleMania than I honestly anticipated. I am just not super invested in really what Damage Control is doing at the moment. I felt that way with Io Sky still being champion. I think it would be good to put the tag titles on Bianca and Jade. They are red hot right now. That is not me being biased solely because I love Jade Cargill. I think it would be nice and refreshing to have the two of them as the tag team champions. We haven't had anything fresh with those titles in a while, and I feel like a lot of times when any team wins the championships, it is that stupid curse that people talk about, but nothing has really happened that has definitely elevated it or made them feel super important to me in recent memory. Giving it to two of the strongest women in the game right now in Bianca and Jade, I think would be a very good thing. We have a tag team match between RKO, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, the MFT of the Bloodline. I'm excited to see Tama Tonga in a WWE match. I'm excited to see the dynamic between him and Solo Sikoa because we have seen Solo Sikoa with the same people for a very long time. Solo Sikoa, I believe, is still on a losing streak as well. We're still trying to figure out if he is the new tribal chief in his own mind, or if he's reporting to The Rock. This is a Bloodline match. I am keeping that in mind when I think about the outcome of what this could be because this isn't for a title. I think this is the only non-title match currently on the card. As much as I want Randy Orton and Kevin Owens to prevail, I think we may have some interference coming with the Bloodline. If you didn't know, bunch of people reported. I'm just gonna say Fightful Select reported because I feel like that's probably right. Fightful Select reported that Jacob Fatu had signed with WWE. There were a lot of rumors of when and where he was going to be debuting. I think this may be a good time. Typically, the Bloodline wins with interference. That's how it works. Who is going to interfere when the person that interferes is in the match? We don't have Jimmy, we don't have Jay, we don't have Roman. I doubt that The Rock is going to fly to France to show up at Backlash. I could be wrong. This would be an opportune moment for Jacob Fatu to be introduced. For that reason, we're going to say that the Bloodline is coming out on top with interference by Jacob Fatu. Jey Uso versus Damian Priest for the WWE World Heavyweight title. And I just talked about interference and how the Bloodline always wins by interference. And I'm realizing that Judgment Day typically is always the same way. But as we've seen recently, The Judgment Day has just been screwing shit up for Damian Priest. We just saw it this past Monday. They get in the way. They try to interfere in order to come out on top with a victory, but it just something always goes awry. Something always goes wrong. So there's a lot of things that could happen in this match. First things first, I do think that Damian retains. There's a part of me that thinks Damian is retaining, but I almost wonder if he retains barely and we do have interference. I don't want to backtrack on what I said about Jacob Fatu, but what if we get if Jacob Fatu does show up, what if he interferes with Jay? What if, no, Jimmy's injured, so that wouldn't work. I think Damian Priest is barely going to win. I think he's barely going to win, but I really want there to be shenanigans. You can't have a former Bloodline member and a member of the Judgment Day in a match for a title and there not be shenanigans. But what shenanigans will there be? I don't know. I truly don't know. I'm going to say that Damian is going to prevail, but I'm curious to see how it happens. And if for some reason I am shocked and they put the title on Mr. Yeet, Jey Uso, cool. That'd be great. We can all do the thing all over the place. We yeeting everywhere. I'm getting a little tired of the yeet. And last but not least, we have new WWE champion Cody Rhodes versus emo Steve Blackman, AJ Styles. AJ's promo picture for this is beautiful. His hair is just gracefully blowing in the wind. I love that for you. I adore AJ Styles. AJ Styles is phenomenal. Ignore me. I don't think it's time for Cody Rhodes to lose the title. I don't know how long I want Cody Rhodes' title reign to be, but I do feel like his time is not up yet. He's barely even done anything with it. He hasn't really defended it. Is this the first title defense? I'm not going to look it up, but I feel like this is his really first title defense. I can only imagine the chaos that would ensue if for some reason AJ wins that title. And this is another one where I don't know if I expect shenanigans. You know, last year, I can't help but think back to last Backlash and the returns that we had. Well, we had Carlito. We had Carlito. But the energy of it was so big, I can't imagine we wouldn't be getting some kind of crazy things happening or some kind of excitement, hype up that will really get the crowd going and incite emotion. And that leaves me sitting here thinking, I think I said at the beginning of this video, there's no way The Rock is going to show up. Would The Rock show up? My mind is reeling. I'm not expecting too many titles to change hands. I'm not expecting the main championships to change hands. I do believe that Bayley and Cody will both be retaining. I want the women's tag titles to change solely because I just want some new fresh stuff. We did just have the shakeup of the drafts, which I don't really know that we shook anything because we drafted everyone to mostly the brands that they were already on, and the tag champions float. So, whatever. I waited all the way until Wednesday to record this video. Backlash is on Saturday, and this seems to be the entire card. I'm kind of surprised that there isn't a defense of every title, but that's fine. Having smaller match cards is totally cool. I don't think that every title needs to be defended on every pay-per-view. We did just have WrestleMania. Let's get through this one and see what happens. I don't really know what to expect from a French crowd. I don't know the wrestling landscape in France, let alone really Europe in general. I don't have a passport. I've never been out of the country. So I don't really know what to expect as far as energy goes, but I am excited. I believe Backlash will be, it's literally right on my computer screen. Backlash is on at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is pretty cool on a Saturday, to be honest, since I don't work. Let me know what your guys' predictions are. Let me know if you think I am on par, if there's any surprises that you think could happen that I haven't mentioned. Let me know what your predictions are in general. How long do you think every champion is going to hold their title? Let me know in the comments. We will be live for Backlash around 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday on both YouTube and Twitch. Take care, kids.